Yes, good evening everyone. Welcome to Lukmaan IAS. This is DTRS session, Daily Takkar Rapid Series. Daily we are discussing 10 MCQs based on the current affairs of the day. And this is class 236. Lead topic for today is Schengen Area. So this was in news recently because the tourists from India will get boost to Schengen Area. There will be less hurdles and the visa-free travel will be enhanced there for tourists from India. That's why it was in news. Let's talk about the first MCQ on the basis of this topic and other 19 MCQs because yesterday we could not have the session due to some reasons. And today we'll cover the 20 MCQs based on the current affairs of 2 days. So let's try to go in detail. But before that, every day we are announcing this because we want the deserving students to give this scholarship test. 400 Dream Scholarship Test is going to be held on 28th of April. Those students who are from economically weaker background or they are preparing from their native place and they cannot come in Delhi to, let's say, join these foundation classes, it is very good opportunity for all of you. On 28th of April, that is on this Sunday, this 400 Dreams Scholarship Test will be there. The questions will be based on the basic understanding of NCERT level knowledge and the last 6 months of current affairs, we can say. And top 10 rankers from this test will get 11 months GS Foundation batch absolutely free. The other students will get also the discount in foundation fee according to their performance in the test. So if you have not yet registered, do register at Lukmaan IAS website and give this test. Okay. Now, every day we are also discussing one quotation which is helping us to prepare for our mains preparation, written examination as well as the personality test. Along with that, it is keeping us motivated to prepare for this examination. Prelims is on 16th of June. And yes, we know those who are preparing for next year, the timetable has come out. And next year on 2025, 25th of May will be prelims examination. ठीक है, तो आपको अगर पता नहीं है तो आपने ये देखना चाहिए टाइम टेबल बिकॉज नेक्स्ट ईयर द मेंस एग्जामिनेशन इज ऑन 22nd of August ओनली. मतलब प्रीलिम्स और मेंस के बीच का टाइम और कम कर दिया है उन्होंने. राइट, we cannot solve the problems with the kind of thinking we employed when we came up with them. Yes, that is true. Albert Einstein is saying here, we cannot solve the problems with the kind of thinking we employed when we came up with the problem. So yes, of course, when we are doing something, there will be certain hurdles, certain problems. कोई भी एक टास्क आपको दिया है तो उसमें क्या होता है, कई सारे hurdles आते हैं कंप्लीट करने में या problems होते हैं, challenges होते हैं. But we cannot overcome them with the same thinking of the doing that task because of which these challenges has opened up. So that is true. Same is applied to your preparation also. Preparation of this examination. If we talk about, let's say, prelims examination, mains examination, so same thinking can be applied here. For prelims, if you have failed, let's say, last year, why you failed? Okay. So that thinking not only in terms of, we can say that examination hall, 2 hours. Along with that, we have to also change the strategy. We have to also change the strategy. Same is for mains examination. If you got less marks, अभी बहुत सारे students के marks आए होंगे, mains के examination के marks release किए हैं and they could not get the interview call or in the final list. So if they got less marks, so why they got less mark? Where? In which paper? We have to identify these areas and work upon them. We have to change the thinking. We have to change the resources also if the need is there. We have to change the strategy also. If suppose you have not done enough answer writing practice, then you have to change that strategy. You have to do more answer writing practice. ठीक है, तो this is how we should proceed. And at Lukmaan IAS we have, let's say, a year-long Takkar test series which proceeds preparation of prelims and mains in a simultaneous manner throughout year. ठीक है, तो आपकी जो भी गलतियां हो रही है तो आप ये टेस्ट सीरीज के थ्रू इंप्रूव कर सकते हैं. यू कैन रिजॉल्व दीज इश्यूज. दिस इज हाउ इट इज लिंक्ड टू योर सिलेबस और वी कैन से प्रिपरेशन जर्नी, दिस कोटेशन. एंड सेम इज अप्लाइड टू ईच एंड एवरी टास्क दैट यू हैव इन योर लाइफ. ठीक है, फाइन, ओके. let's talk about now today's topics. So these 20 topics we have identified important for our examination. Let's go in detail and solve these MCQs. Yes, online students also try to give answers to these questions. Yes, Schengen Area. So just now I told you the context of this topic, Schengen Area. Let me explain this first. Schengen Area is basically a visa-free travel area in Europe. Okay. And at present there are total 28 member countries in this grouping. So when the country is admitted into the Schengen area, that means there are less restrictions in traveling, we can say, across the boundaries in these countries. So there is no requirement of visa, there will be less checking and all these things. ठीक है, तो उसको Schengen area बोला गया है. Now you must be confused with three aspects. One is Schengen area, 28 members are there. Other is European Union. At present, how many members are there? There are total 27 countries are there in European Union. And there is something called as Eurozone. Now, Eurozone, we can say within European Union, certain countries have adopted common currency, that is Euro. How many countries are part of Eurozone? There are total 20 countries. अब इससे कोई भी क्वेश्चन बन सकता है आपको, शायद ऐसे 3 स्टेटमेंट दे दे आपको मेंबर्स के ऊपर, right? Now look at the statements. It is world's largest free travel area comprising 27 countries. Now 27 नहीं है, total members if you see, there are total 28 countries. Okay, 28 countries. Now it started in 1985 as an intergovernmental project between France and Germany. Yes, it started in 1985, but intergovernmental project involved 5 European Union countries. ठीक है, 5 European Union countries थे, तो France और Germany were there, but along with that other 3 were also there. ठीक है, तो वो सारे members के नाम नहीं पूछेंगे ऐसे statement based question में. So both statements are incorrect here. We have to identify correct. So what should be the answer? Answer will be D here. ठीक है, all right. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment box, online students. This is the Schengen area. In yellow color, you can see that Schengen members only ऐसा लिखा हुआ है. ठीक है, तो Schengen members only, you can see that Switzerland, Norway and Iceland, they are the Schengen members only. Along with that, European Union and Schengen members, तो ये पर्पल कलर में दिया हुआ है. एंड यूरोपियन मेंबर ओनली अगर देखोगे, ठीक है, तो बाकी इसमें नहीं है दोनों में, तो वो आयरलैंड है. ठीक है, इस तरीके से याद रखना है इसको, राइट. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट इज इनकरेक्ट? ठीक है, विच ऑफ द स्टेटमेंट्स गिवन बिलो इज इनकरेक्ट? एंड इट इज आस्किंग अबाउट, वी कैन से, the Global Alliance for Incinerator Alternatives to Plastics. Yes, usually the municipal solid waste, medical waste and plastic waste is treated through incineration. Now that is true. Incineration is one of the method of generating energy from waste. Waste to energy, we can say, methodology. In incineration, there are 2 methods. One is pyrolysis and other is incineration. Generally, incineration is done of solid waste, municipal waste and the hazardous waste from, we can say that, hospitals. ठीक है, तो जहां पे हाई टेम्परेचर पे ये चीजें बर्न की जाती है, and because of that harmful gases can be released, but they can be arrested also. ठीक है, so this is incineration, waste to energy. Incineration waste generated generally release dioxin, lead, mercury and nitrogen oxide. These are the byproducts. We can say this is correct. Now, the Global Alliance for Incinerator Alternatives to Plastic was formed by UNEP in 2000. Now, this is correct year factually, but it is not formed by UNEP. It is formed by the like-minded institutions working on this front. ठीक है, for waste disposal or waste to energy aspect of incineration all over the world. So they collaborated with each other. Okay, so we can say this one is incorrect statement, and of course we have to find the incorrect, so answer would be C here. India is also a member of this particular alliance. ठीक है, तो D is, we can say, correct statement. Answer would be C here. So there can be question related to such international organizations, alliances, partnerships in prelims examination. Now, Earth Day. Okay, Earth Day is an annual event marking the date when humanity's demand for ecological resources and services exceeds what Earth can regenerate in that year. तो ये अर्थ डे नहीं होता है ना. अर्थ डे वी सेलिब्रेट एज we can say the event to spread the awareness among the people about protecting our earth, its ecosystem, or we can say resources. So resource conservation and we can say overall biodiversity protection, conservation, इस एस्पेक्ट्स पे अवेयरनेस स्प्रेड करने के लिए हम अर्थ डे सेलिब्रेट करते हैं. व्हाट अबाउट दिस वन? व्हाट इज दिस? when the humanity's demand for let's say ecological, this talks about carrying capacity. Carrying capacity पे एक बार क्वेश्चन आया हुआ था प्रीलिम्स में, ठीक है. This talks about carrying capacity. Now the Earth Day was, या फिर इसको हम बोल सकते हैं overshoot day. ये जो होता है overshoot, यानी कि हम इसके beyond ज्यादा यूज कर रहे हैं, ठीक है. Earth Day was first observed in response to 1969 Santa Barbara oil spill and the other issues such as smog and... Now this is correct, we can say, when it started, Earth Day celebration. So first statement is incorrect and immediately we get the answer here. D is the correct answer. ठीक है. Now, next is Pulikat Lake. Yes, Pulikat Lake was recently in news because Tamil Nadu government is going to denotify some of the area, protected area of Pulikat Lake, and that's why it was in news. Which of the above statement is correct about it? It is located along the coast of Bay of Bengal at the border of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Now this is correct. We know that Pulikat Lake is a lagoon lake, and lagoon lake जो होता है वो brackish water होता है, brackish water. ठीक है. So it is not the fresh water lake. You can see it is the second largest fresh water lake after Wular Lake in Jammu and Kashmir. तो ये जो है, this is incorrect. It is basically the second largest brackish water or saline lake after we can say that Chilika Lake in Odisha. So this one is incorrect statement. Okay, so first is correct. Now specifically about the area, there is also a bird sanctuary, Pulikat Lake, but when that spit area is getting locked there is formation of we can say a sandbar on which we have Sri Harikota, the Satish Dhawan Space Launching Center we can say. तो ये यहाँ पर है, कहाँ पर है? पुलिकत लेक के यहाँ पर, right? One more aspect is that about 90 to 95% of this lake area lies in Andhra Pradesh and only 5 to 10% lies in Tamil Nadu. Area wise भी आपको पूछा जा सकता है. So what should be answer here? Answer would be one only. A is the correct answer. ठीक है. Fine. Consider the following statements regarding asset reconstruction companies. Okay, ARCs. Yes. So asset reconstruction company, as the name suggests, whenever the banks are having non-performing assets, they can sell this to ARCs, and ARCs will, we can say that, replan them, restructure these assets and then sell them. Whatever the profit it is generating, it will be taken up by the ARCs. This is ARC, asset reconstruction companies. Okay, now ARCs are registered under the Companies Act 2013. Now this is incorrect. They are registered under Sarfazi Act of 2002. It is for securitization of we can say all the assets that are there and enforcement of we can say all these securities. So we can find that first statement is incorrect. The minimum net own fund required to commence the business of ARC has been reduced to 100 crore from 300 crore recently. Now this is purely factual information, but it is incorrect. We can say it has not been reduced. It has not been reduced. It is still 300 crore. ठीक है. तो minimum we can say amount is required for starting or commencing the business of asset reconstruction by ARC. So we can say this is factually incorrect and this one is also incorrect. Answer would be D. Yes. Fine. Now moving on. What about this types of lakes? Correctly matched pairs: supraglacial, erosional lake, ice dam lakes. ठीक है, तो types of lakes and formation process. Supraglacial, supra मतलब imposed वाला जो होता है, we can say that. So what is supraglacial lake? It is formed by melting of glaciers blocking valleys. No, it is incorrect. It is not formed by blocking, we can say, the glaciers. Rather, it is formed on the glaciers through melting of water, we can say. It is formed on the glaciers, on the surface of glaciers. So this is incorrectly matched. Erosional lake, or we can say types of glacial lake, erosional lake. As the name suggests, erosional. So there is, we can say, erosional aspect of glacier, and not the accumulation. Accumulation of debris will be depositional aspect. Again, it is incorrect. Now, ice dam lake occurs when water is trapped behind the natural dam of rocks and sediments brought by ice. So we can say that this is correctly matched, and answer would be A here. ठीक है, तो ग्लेशियल लेक्स के बारे में आपको पता होना चाहिए कि टाइप्स ऑफ लेक्स में आप जीसी लियोंग में पढ़ते हैं, लाइक केटल लेक. व्हाट इज केटल लेक? केटल लेक इज द लेक फाउंड इन आउटवॉश प्लेन्स. आउटवॉश प्लेन्स हम पढ़ते हैं कहां पे? ये डिपोजिशनल फीचर ऑफ ग्लेशियल लैंडफॉर्म्स. सो देयर द मेल्ट वाटर इज एक्यूमुलेटेड in the outwash plains as a lake, तो उसको kettle lake बोला जाता है. So such kind of things you should be ready, because nowadays UPSC is asking beyond the NCERT, questions from beyond NCERT, so try to read GC Leong also. Now yesterday also, day before yesterday also, we solved one MCQ related to Rwanda, related to we can say the great African lakes and having border with Rwanda. Rwanda is in news. Why? Because UK is going to deport the asylum seekers in Rwanda. ठीक है, तो इससे रिलेटेड बार बार न्यूज में आ रहा है. ठीक है, ये कंट्री छोटा सा कंट्री अफ्रीका में, सेंट्रल अफ्रीका में, राइट? सो which countries? So you need to immediately look at the atlas and see which countries are sharing the border with Rwanda. So if you see the countries, Uganda is there, Tanzania is there, Burundi is there, and DRC is there, Democratic Republic of Congo. Togo is not there, Angola is not there. So only 4, that is B is the correct answer. Let's see the map and you will get the idea. So yes, this is the map. छोटा सा कंट्री है, यहाँ पर देखें. From the south there is Burundi. On this side, eastern side, you can see Democratic Republic of Congo, big country. Northern side, Uganda is there. And on this small side, Tanzania is there. ठीक है, यहाँ पर. So these 4 countries are having the border with Rwanda. Now, next question. Yes, randomized controlled trials during pandemic, COVID pandemic also, many times this term was in news, right? So randomized controlled trials, what are these? Basically, these are certain experiments, scientific experiments to assess the effectiveness of medical intervention or treatments. ठीक है, तो जैसे ड्रग ट्रायल्स होता है, ठीक है, जो क्लिनिकल ट्रायल्स. So there we have randomized controlled trials. So we can say C is the correct answer. Very simple, and you come across these terms many times in news. Principal purpose test. Yes, it was in news. India signed the protocol with Mauritius known as principal purpose test. What is that? With Mauritius, we have double taxation avoidance treaty. With Mauritius, we have double taxation avoidance treaty, and this treaty is meant to avoid the paying of double taxation. Avoidance treaty, it is, or agreement, it is to prevent the paying of taxes in both locations, both countries. Now, this treaty is basically preventing prevents the treaty abuse and treaty shopping by ensuring that tax treaty benefits are granted only in appropriate circumstances. So what should be the answer? A is the correct answer. Okay, let's continue. So A is the correct answer for this one. Now, 10th question. CDRI, Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. So what is it? Yes, it is a multi-stakeholder global partnership of governments, but not with UN Office of Disaster Risk. Rather, it is the intergovernmental, and we can say along with that, the private companies are also there. Okay. The non-profit organizations are also there. So we can say this is incorrect. The initiative was launched by India at UN Climate Action Summit 2019. This is correct. Along with the International Solar Alliance, this is one such initiative launched by India. It seeks to expand development and retrofit of resilient infrastructure to respond to the Sustainable Development Goals imperatives. This is correct. CDRI, as the name suggests, the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. So two statements are correct here. What should be the answer? B is the correct answer. Right. Now, the next 10 questions. Atacama Desert, recently seen in news, is located in which of the following countries? Atacama Desert, basics, atlas reading we do, right? So, tropical deserts along the Tropic of Capricorn, if you say. So, it is located in South America, in country Chile. Atacama Desert. ठीक है, वैसे ही हम देखते हैं सदर्न अफ्रीका में नामी डेजर्ट इज लोकेटेड. ठीक है, सो ट्रॉपिकल डेजर्ट्स के ऊपर क्वेश्चन आता रहता है, मैपिंग के लिए आपको तैयार करके रखना है. क्यों न्यूज में था? यू कैन सी द न्यूज. The hidden biosphere of extreme microbes discovered in 13 feet below Atacama Desert is the deepest found there to date. Last year's prelims question. Some microorganisms are found below freezing point or more than let's say temperature boiling water. इस तरीके से questions थे कि नहीं? They are called as extremophiles. You can see that these microbes are basically extremophiles. Again, similar question on DTAA. Yes, it is tax treaty agreement between India and UK. No, UK के साथ हमने DTAA नहीं किया है, Mauritius के साथ है. ठीक है, so we can say this is incorrect. It aims to ensure that foreign investor need not to pay tax twice in the country of origin and the country where it is investing. Now this is the purpose, correct purpose, and here the answer would be B. ठीक है, B is the correct answer here. Now, what about this one? Article 244A. Yes, it was in news. Why? Because certain, let's say, constituencies in Assam, they are demanding implementation of provisions under this particular, we can say, article. What is the provision under this article? The implementation of state within the state. State within the state. And such provision is specific to state of Assam. So to protect the rights of certain tribal people in Assam and provide them more autonomy, such provision was included not through 32nd but 22nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1969. So overall statement is incorrect. It enables formation of autonomous state comprising certain tribal areas in Assam. This is correct, we can say. So what would be the answer here? B is the correct answer. Right. Now, this was in news, science and tech page, science page of the Hindu newspaper. We have to identify the correct statement. 95 MAT5 is the universal antivenom developed to neutralize the toxins present in snake venoms. This is correct. Recently, scientists have come up with the new idea, and this is, we can say, development of universal antivenom from the antibodies developed in the human body. ठीक है, अब तक हम क्या कर रहे थे? एंटीबॉडीज डेवलप्ड इन द एनिमल्स, दे वर यूज्ड टू ट्रीट द पीपल हु वर बिटन बाय द स्नेक्स. ठीक है, so this is new thing, we can say, new development. This is correct. Now, three finger toxins are super family of small toxin proteins found in venom of snakes from this especially from this lineage. So this is correct, very specific information, although UPSC may not ask this. But both statements are correct regarding this. Okay, C is the correct answer. All right. Okay, now, recently the Ministry of Electronics and Technology is poised to launch the state level Digital Public Infrastructure Adoption Index in collaboration with So it is going to be in collaboration with World Bank. It is going to be in collaboration with World Bank. Okay, so Digital Public Infrastructure Adoption Index. All right. Next, the membranous nephropathy. So recently there was one news regarding, we can say, the excess presence of mercury in skin treatment products or anti-aging products. Okay. Now it is resulting into, we can say, such kind of a nephropathy syndrome, we can say. Now nephrotic syndrome, it is an autoimmune disease resulting in nephro मतलब क्या है, nephrons कहाँ से होता है, kidney failure. ठीक है, तो it is related to kidney failure, nephrons. So this is correct. It is a condition when too much protein is released into urine, ultimately resulting into renal failure, that is kidney failure. Both statements are correct regarding this particular disease. Okay, so remember this, it is related to mercury, we can say. So skin lightening creams बोला गया है. ठीक है, ये देखिए, revealed high levels of mercury. Last year prelims question paper, and it was talking about mercury poisoning. Prelims question last year, mercury poisoning के ऊपर question था. So remember, it is used in skin lightening creams. ठीक है, skin lightening creams. Now regarding mercury, again element, तो उससे basic question पूछा हुआ है. It is highly toxic silvery white metal that is liquid at room temperature. It is the only metal that is liquid at room temperature. We learn about this in basic NCERTs, school level. It is poor conductor of heat but fair conductor of electricity. This is correct, we can say. And this is how the mercury is used in thermometers. It is used in fairness and anti-aging creams as an inorganic form. Just now we talked about that, right? So yes, C is the correct answer here also. All statements are correct. Now, recently one report was released boosting exports from MSME. So this report is released by Niti AOG. Okay? National Institution for Transforming India, Niti AOG. D is the correct answer. So there can be confusion. Ministry of MSME दे सकते हैं या Federation of Indian Exports भी दे सकते हैं. ठीक है? So you should be ready with such kind of specific information. Now, Vocal for Local initiative was recently launched by, again, it is Niti AOG, National Institution of Transforming India. Okay, Niti AOG. Vocal for Local initiative. Lastly, African Development Bank. Okay, so African Development Bank is having the membership of countries not only in Africa but outside in Africa. It is open to all other countries also. But earlier, initially, it was not open. Okay? Initially, only independent African states were eligible for membership. But now countries from Europe, America and Asia like UK, China and USA are